Hi, Mom. It's been a little while. How are you doing? And Dad, you too.
Peter, it's so good to see you again. We're doing just fine, sweetie. Aren't we, dear?
That's right. Everything is more or less how it usually is. Nothing too much to talk about.
Don't be ridiculous. What about the trip that we took to Chicago the other week? Is that nothing to talk about?
Really? You two went to Chicago? Why did you decide to go all the way over there for? I never imagined that you would just randomly decide to pay Chicago a visit. That never seemed to be something that you would do. You're right. We didn't go there for no reason at all. I have an old friend who lives there now, and we hadn't seen each other for a long time. I decided that we should fly there and catch up a little bit.
And then we thought, why not make it a little bit of a family trip and go there together? Otherwise, Kevin would have been too much of a burden on his friend Tim. But together we were able to spend time during the day while Tim was at work, and then Kevin was able to catch up with him in the evenings.
That sounds like a nice idea. How was the trip then? How long were you there for in total?
We were there for about 4 days. We didn't want to fly over there and not spend at least a few days in Chicago.
I was going to originally go for just 1 night or maybe 2 to see Tim, but your mom convinced me otherwise. And a good thing, too, because it meant that we had more chances to eat some Chicago-style pizza. Have you ever tried it? Really phenomenal stuff. Oh, I have only had it once, and to be honest, I really didn't like it very much. I much prefer New York-style pizza. What? You didn't like it? Are you out of your mind? It's such a homely food to eat, and you get up from the table feeling full and good about everything. To me, it was just not really a pizza. It was more like a bunch of pasta sauce over pizza bread. It wasn't that bad, but it's just not what I want to eat when I have pizza. And there was so much of it that I felt pretty sick when I was done. And that was sharing it with others as well.
I think I agree with you, Peter. Your dad was eating a whole pie to himself while I was only barely able to eat 1 or 2 slices. I don't know how he managed to fit that whole thing inside his stomach. It would have made me burst. I was hungry, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't waste any of it either.
That makes sense. It's not good to waste food. And when you don't know the next time you can get a proper version of a particular food, you want to eat as much as you can. Any other good things happen there? Did you see anything?
Well, not too much. But we did see the bean. You know, the mirror-like thing.
It was absolute rubbish, though. I don't even want to think how much money was spent on that stupid hunk of metal. What a waste. I know what you're talking about. I think there was also some controversy with the guy who designed it. Something about him patenting different paints and not allowing others to use them, or selling them for very, very high prices. I wouldn't know anything about that. I just didn't like the thing itself. Why don't they make any good public artworks anymore? Don't artists have any good ideas these days? I just don't know what they're thinking when they slap these things together. And what is the government thinking when they approve it?
Okay, that's enough. Maybe we just don't understand what the purpose of it is, but we're not big on art in general. Maybe most other people do like it.
I guess art is very subjective after all. Everyone can have a very different opinion on the same thing.
Exactly. So let's try not to be too mean when talking about this kind of stuff. But enough about all of that. Why did you want to come over so suddenly? You said that you had some big news for us, right?
Is that right? I thought you were just coming by for a chat since we hadn't seen you for a while. What have you been up to anyway?
Don't you listen to me when I talk to you, Kevin. I told you that Peter said that he had some very big news for us.
It's okay, Mom. That is also right that I haven't been around very much recently. Work has been pretty busy and I am slowly expanding the business to other states. Because of that, I have been traveling myself and meeting with lots of people to make it happen. But that's all just boring work talk. I have some very big news that I am sure you will both be thrilled about.
Tell us then. What is it?
A little while ago, I met someone very special to me. Her name is Stacy, and I am getting married to her.
What? Really? Do you really mean that?
Of course I do. I am not going to come here just to tell you some stupid joke like that. We're going to have a wedding pretty soon as well. She really wants to get married as soon as possible. She's even more excited about it than I am. Now, hold on a second, son. Just who is this girl? We have never heard you talk about her before, and now the first that we hear is that you're getting married. When did you even meet her? Have you been together for a while now?
Actually, your dad is right. We hadn't heard that you were seeing anyone. You always said that you were too busy with work to focus on relationships. What happened to that? Did something change?
Well, I guess a lot of people say that sort of thing until they meet the right person, and then they realize that there is no such thing as being too busy for them. That's what happened to me. We have only been together for around 4 months, but I don't think that really matters. Things did move along very quickly, but I'm sure that I want to get married to her. We are really happy together.
You have only been together for 4 months. I'm sorry to say this, Peter. I don't want to dampen your mood, but is that really okay? Should you really be marrying someone who you have only just met? You can't really say that you know her very well just after such a short time, can you?
Come on, Mom. I didn't expect this kind of thing from you. I thought that you would be over the moon to hear that I am getting married. Does it really matter that we only met a little while ago? I mean, it would be a rush if I were only 20 or something, but I am not. I am approaching 30, so I don't think the length of time that you know someone matters as much at this point. We get along really well together and everything is just perfect when the two of us are together. I can understand that you're excited, Peter. But you should think very carefully about this. Marrying someone is different to just dating them, you know. You have to be sure that this is the person who you are going to be committed to for the rest of your life. You will go through many struggles together, and it is better to know that she will be by your side through that. I don't know if you can fully grasp that about a person if you have only known them for a few months. People are different when you first start dating them. They can change very quickly once things become established and they think that you are not going to leave them. And sometimes that change isn't for the best, unfortunately. You two are being ridiculous. Look, I know that 4 months isn't that much time, but it feels right. I just know that it will be okay.
But we haven't even met her yet. How about you at least bring her around one time so that we can know who she is and what she is like? Isn't it normal to at least introduce your parents to your future wife?
Well, why can't you just meet her at the wedding? We're going to try and get everything planned and done as soon as possible. She said that she was okay with just a courthouse wedding, but I have always wanted to have at least a small ceremony with family present on the day, and I managed to convince her. The day of the wedding? That seems a little strange to me. Don't you think that's weird? We should be able to meet her once, right? Just invite her over for dinner and that will be it. We're not going to interrogate her or anything like that. We just want to see who our son is so head over heels for that he is acting like a teenager. To be honest, I had asked her to meet you guys before, but she was a little reluctant. So I went with what she said and thought that you could just meet her after we are married.
What? She didn't want to come and meet us. But if you get married, we are going to be her in-laws. We will basically be family. Why would she be so against meeting us?
I don't really get it, but I suppose she was scared that you might not like her or something like that and tried to tell me that I shouldn't marry her.
That's crazy talk. We wouldn't ever say that you shouldn't marry her. We're just shocked now at how quickly this decision has been made, that's all. And we will have to meet her eventually anyway. Did you tell her something that made her think that we are scary or something?
No, of course not. I told her the same thing. I said that you and Dad have always been very supportive of me and that there wouldn't be any problems. But she still seemed a little hesitant, so I kind of dropped it. I didn't want to force her to do something that she was uncomfortable with. I don't really see what she is so worried about, if I am being honest. She just says that she is shy when meeting new people, and there is of course some natural pressure that comes from meeting the parents of your future fiancé. And so have you met her parents then? Or are you also too nervous to meet them before you get married? Oh no, I have met them. Only one time, but we did get introduced.
Well, then isn't that even more reason that we should be able to meet her as well? It seems unfair almost that they have met you, but we can't meet her. Don't you think that you could speak to her and ask her to do this for us? And for you as well?
Your mom is right. If she is ready and willing to marry you, she should be fine with doing this small thing for you. I really don't think that we're asking for very much either. Okay, I get it. I will talk to her about it. Like I said, I am not the one who doesn't want you guys to meet. I would have liked it if you had met her already. How come you hadn't even mentioned her to us, though? Meeting her is one thing, but there wasn't even a peep from you that you were seeing someone new.
Oh, she just didn't want to make it very public in the early stages. You know how things are. No, I don't think I do know what you're talking about. Why didn't she want to tell people about the relationship? It's not that she didn't want to tell people. It's just that she wanted to make sure that we were really official and together before she did. These days, there are so many weird situationships and the like, where people don't even know where they stand in the relationship or if it is real or not. She was scared that she would tell people and then we would break up a little while later without much warning. I can see where she is coming from. Dating and relationships aren't exactly the same as they were back when you two were young. A lot of stuff has changed since then.
I suppose it must have changed. I hear a lot of news about dating apps and how they are ruining relationships for young people.
Oh, that's just you going on your anti-phone rant again, isn't it, Dad? I know that you think young people use their phones too much these days.
That's because they do. They should use their time on something more productive instead of just scrolling through a bunch of junk on a screen. But that's not what I am getting at here in any case. I have actually read news about how apps ruin people's expectations and how young people are becoming more and more lonely.
Okay, sure. Well, this guy right here isn't lonely, so you have nothing to worry about. Anyway, I will talk to her and let you know if we can all get together and meet up. Thank you. I hope she realizes that this isn't such a big deal and that she has nothing to be afraid of. Oh, and what about Beth? Have you told her the news yet? No, not yet. I wanted you and Dad to be the first to know about it. I will message her later when I have some time. Why don't we invite her over as well so that she can meet Stacy too? Would that be a problem? That's actually a pretty good idea. They're closer to each other's age, so maybe she will feel more comfortable having Beth there to talk to.
She is closer to your sister's age. Just how old is she then?
She's 24 years old, so a little younger than I am. But she is mature for her age and we get along very well.
So there's a 4-year age gap, huh? It's not that big of a deal. I guess she might feel more comfortable with Beth around. What is she now? 25?
Kevin, how can you forget your own daughter's age? She's 26 already. Really, you have to get it together. You can't forget this sort of thing.
Okay, sorry. 26 then. Well, that's still much closer than any of us here.
I will try and make it happen. Sorry, but I have to run now. I have a meeting scheduled and I am already taking more time off from work right now than I should be to come and tell you this. Okay. Well, you make sure to let us know when we can finally meet her then. Thanks for taking time out of your busy day to tell us in person. It's much nicer than just getting a text. No worries, Mom. Okay, well, I will let you know later on what's going on. Hey, Mom and Dad told me the big news. Congratulations, I guess. Why didn't you tell me about it too? I was going to. I just wanted to make sure that they were the first to know. But what do you mean, you guess? Are you happy to hear that I am getting married? I am, and I am not at the same time, if I'm being honest. What? What is that supposed to mean? Why wouldn't you be happy for me? Look, I am happy for you. But if I am fully honest, I am a little worried about it as well. Mom and Dad told me everything that you said, and to me, it just sounds kind of suspicious. What sounds suspicious? Do you think that I am making this up or something? That Stacy doesn't actually exist? What? No! That's not what I think at all. I know that you wouldn't make anything like that up. I mean, it would be a pretty stupid thing to lie about, wouldn't it? We would find out rather quickly that you were lying when we got to the wedding and there was no bride there like there was supposed to be. What I am talking about is all this stuff about her not wanting to meet any of us before the wedding. And even the fact that she was trying to get you to just get married at the city hall and not have a wedding ceremony. What does that have to do with anything? Why do you think that sounds suspicious? Don't you think it is? You two barely know each other and now she is really trying to push you into this marriage without meeting us or anything like that. You know, she is getting married to me, not my family. I don't think it's so strange that she doesn't want to meet you before the wedding. But why would she be so against it? Isn't it pretty normal to want to be introduced to the people who are going to be your family in the future? And I know that it is different for everyone, but it usually is the woman who wants to have a wedding ceremony with the dress and everything else. It's a little strange that she is against that as well.
She's not even against it anymore. She said that it didn't matter to her if there was a ceremony or not, but I told her that I wanted one, so we are having one. She just wasn't particularly worried about it either way. That's all. Everyone can have a preference. I don't know why you're all being so weird about this.
Just use your brain for a second, will you? A young woman comes along, you meet, date for a few months, and then she is trying to rush into a wedding with you without even meeting any of your family members. Have you forgotten that you actually do have quite a lot of money? What if she is just trying to get that from you? Have you even thought about that?
Are you being serious right now? Come on, Beth. That's insulting to both me and Stacy. Do you think that the only reason that someone would want to marry me is for my money? I don't think it's that unlikely that someone would actually like me for me.
I know that it is not the only reason. I'm not saying that. But that said, there are also lots of other details that seem to suggest that it might be what is going on. I don't want something like that to happen to you, so I just wanted to mention it, okay? Don't get upset about it. I'm just trying to look out for you.
Well, thanks, maybe. But I will be fine. There is nothing to worry about here. And remember, gold diggers are usually after older guys who are going to die soon. I might be older than you by a couple of years, but I am not about to just shuffle into the next world just yet, okay? And I might be doing fairly well for myself, but I wouldn't say that I have the kind of money where someone would bother having a sham marriage to try and get it.
You definitely have enough for that sort of thing. You don't need to be a millionaire to be a target of that sort of thing. It can happen to anyone doing fairly well.
Okay, whatever. But it isn't happening now. And she's going to meet everyone before the wedding anyway.
Really? Mom and Dad said that she might not. Did you ask her already then?
Well, no. I haven't asked her yet. But I will. And I am sure that she will be okay with it. I do want you all to meet her. And when you do, you will see that she is not some gold digger. She is a great girl and you two would probably get along well.
I really hope that that is the case. For your sake. Make sure that you invite me whenever you sort out the details of when you will introduce her to Mom and Dad. I want to meet her myself.
I will, don't worry. I want her to meet you all. Hey, can we have a chat about something that we had spoken about before? It's kind of important.
What do you mean by that? You know that you can talk to me about anything. You don't have to ask me to do that.
Right. Well, I met with my parents and told them about us getting engaged and that we are going to get married.
Oh, great. That's good to hear. What did they say? I am sure that they are happy for you, right?
Yes, of course they are happy for me. But they also did want to meet you. They all said that. My sister as well.
Yeah, and we will get to meet on the wedding day, won't we?
Well, they actually really want to meet you before that, to be honest.
What? But I told you that I am shy. I don't want them to not like me and then try to convince you that you shouldn't marry me or something like that.
They're never going to do anything like that, don't worry. But they are just all really interested to meet you and get to see who it is that I will be marrying. And I would also like you to get to know them all before the wedding day itself. I think that seems like the natural order to how things should go, you know?
I told you before, though, that we should just wait until the wedding day. I mean, we're going to get married pretty soon, aren't we? Is it that big of a deal for them to wait a few months when we get the wedding together? Nothing will change whether they meet me now or later, will it?
No, nothing will really change. But they still want to meet you all the same. And you know that I wanted to introduce you to them before as well. They were pretty pushy, for a lack of a better word. And I think it's a good idea for them to meet you. Think about it. They didn't really even know that I was dating you, and now we're engaged and about to get married. It's natural that they would be curious about you and who you are and all that stuff. Plus, I have met your parents, so it's a little weird that you haven't met anyone in my family yet.
Is that really the same thing, though? You met my parents, sure, but it was a little different. We just happened to run into each other and I introduced you to them at that time. We didn't make it a whole thing where you came over to their house or something like that. Why are they being so pushy about it anyway? Doesn't that make it seem like they are unsure about me or that they don't want you to be with me?
Maybe we did just meet your parents by chance, but that doesn't really matter. Not everything has to be one-to-one. And like I said, don't worry about why they want to meet you.
There's nothing like them not being sure of you or whatever. If anything, the fact that you don't want to meet them is making them think that there is something strange going on. You know what I mean?
Did you tell them why I wanted to wait until the wedding? You know that I'm a little shy.
I told them that, but they were still insisting, and now I think as well that it is something that would be better for everyone. The wedding day will be more natural and comfortable if we all know each other before the day. It's a little awkward to have to do first-time introductions on the wedding day, don't you think? This is something that I am asking you to do as a favor to me. Will you do it?
Do I really have to? You already know how I feel about this, and you told me that you agreed with me on it and that it was fine to wait. Why did you go and change your mind about it all of a sudden?
I know that I did, but once I talked to them, I realized that what they were saying was right. They are going to be your in-laws, your family once we get married, so isn't it fine to meet them beforehand? It will make our lives easier too if we can all get along well together.
Well, I can kind of see where they are coming from, I guess. Can I at least think about it for a bit? I don't want to just say yes right away. I had already had it in my head that I wouldn't have to meet them until later, you know?
Sure, take some time to think about it. But it would really mean a lot to me if you could do this for me. I don't want to force you into doing something that you don't want to or anything like that, but I still want to make my family happy as well, and I don't want them being worried about anything.
Okay, well, I will get back to you on that one. Mum, Dad, we might have a little bit of a problem. I hope that it doesn't ruin anything, but I'm a little worried about it.
Why? What's going on? Did something happen?
Peter told his parents about the wedding, and now they really want to meet me. I had told him before that we should wait until the wedding, though.
Yeah, we know that. And you said that Peter agreed to that, didn't he? Don't tell me that he has changed his mind about it now.
He has changed his mind. Initially, he did agree with what I suggested, yeah. But now he is also pushing me to meet them. And he said that they were all being very pushy about it as well. I am getting kind of worried about this. I wonder if they suspect that something is going on.
Why would they think that? Did they say or do something like they might? Did Peter say something that might make you think that?
No, nothing like that. But I just have the feeling that they might know what is going on. Otherwise, why would they be so insistent on meeting me? Why can't they wait until the wedding day? And Peter also didn't care and believed my excuse when I told him that I didn't want to meet them yet. Why would he change his mind all of a sudden if there was nothing to worry about?
You're overthinking it too much, I think. Just meet with them and get it over and done with. If you try to be really adamant that you don't want to meet them before the wedding, then that is what is going to make them suspicious. You tried to get out of it, but now you should just go with what they want so that they're not thinking that you're acting strangely. Yeah, you finally bagged some rich idiot that has a lot of money that we can get our hands on nice and easy. You don't want to ruin this now by being too reluctant to meet them before the fact. And it is just a normal thing for parents to want to meet the woman that their son is going to marry. The more you push against it, the more suspicious it will seem. Just meet up with them, say hi, and whatever else. And that will be that. Then you will have nothing more to worry about. Just make sure that you act normal. Otherwise, they might actually suspect even more that something is up.
But what if they start asking me weird questions? Or, I don't know, what if they notice what is going on even if Peter doesn't? I mean, he doesn't notice anything because he is in love with me and is just blind to the obvious. But that doesn't mean that they will be. Just act like a normal person and answer their questions and act super happy and excited around Peter. Then they shouldn't think about anything. And see if you can just meet them in a very casual way. Like dinner at their house or go and meet for coffee or whatever. Keep it casual and as short as you can. The less you're around them, the less you will have to worry about. Okay, fine. I will do that then. I'll ask Peter if a coffee date is good enough for him and hope that it is.
Just make sure to keep us updated about it and let us know if anything changes. And don't mess this up, Stacy.
Hey, Pete. So, I thought about what you said yesterday.
Do you mean about meeting my parents? Well, what did you decide?
Yeah, well, what we talked about regarding them and whether we should meet before we get married. Anyway, I decided that you and they are right and we should meet them. I will need to do it eventually, and it is good to try and overcome my shyness to meet them a little earlier.
Great. I am really happy to hear that from you. I was worried that you might still have said no.
I wanted to do that for a little bit, but I realized that it isn't so much that you're asking for. But can we not make it a huge deal? The more casual, the easier it will be for me. Maybe we can just meet up for coffee or something like that. What do you say?
It definitely doesn't have to be anything huge. That was never going to be the case anyway. But I don't know about coffee. I just think it will be too hard to organize with everyone's schedules. My mom and dad also said that you should come over for dinner and they would host us. Again, nothing super fancy or anything like that. My parents are not like that in the first place. And then my sister can be there as well, so it will be more fun.
Wait, your sister is going to be there as well? It's not just going to be your parents. I thought it would be just the four of us.
Well, this would be a family dinner, so I think my sister should come. She really wanted to meet you as well. Plus, the two of you are fairly close in age, so maybe it will actually make things easier for you. There must be some stuff that you can talk about together, and then you won't have to only talk to my parents as well.
Okay, fine. Well, I guess that one extra person won't actually make so much of a difference for me.
Okay, fantastic. Well, look, Stacy, I am really glad that you agreed to meet them all. I will let them know, and they will be really happy about it.
No problem. I know that it was important for you, so it was the least that I could do for you. We should all try to get to know one another, right?
Exactly. And you will be seeing more of each other once we are married, too. This will just make things easier in the long run. I will let them know what you said and see when they are all available to have us over for dinner. Are there any dates when you won't be available? I can tell them to keep anything that you have on in mind.
No, I don't have anything in particular. But it would be easier for me if it was later in the week. You know, like a Thursday or a Friday.
Okay, I think that should be no problem for them, too. Anyway, thanks again, and I will let you know and check in to make sure that the date they choose works fine for you.
Hi. Please come in, come in. It's so nice to finally meet you. You must be Stacy. My name is Yvonne, Peter's mom, and this is my husband, Kevin.
Nice to meet you, Stacy. Our daughter, Beth, is also in the kitchen right now.
It's nice to meet you both, too. Peter told me that you were really wanting to meet me. I'm sorry that it took this long. I am just a little shy when it comes to meeting people.
I told them that before. But see, this isn't so bad, is it? It's just the family. Well, they will also be your family once we get married.
Yes, Peter told us that you get a little shy when meeting new people, but we just really wanted to be introduced before the wedding. I'm sorry if that is making you go a little out of your comfort zone.
Oh, it's okay. It's one of those things where it seems hard when I think about it. But then once I actually do it, it's not really that big of a problem in the end.
Oh yes, I know exactly what you mean. Let's all go to the dining room, though. Dinner is almost ready, so we can go straight there.
What did you make for us tonight, Mom? I have really missed your food, you know. I don't even remember the last time that I was here for dinner.
It really has been too long. You need to make an effort to come by more often, I think. You know that the door is always open for you here.
I know, I'm sorry. But I have been busy, as you know. And I usually just want to go home after work and not do too much else.
I understand. But do try and come at least every once in a while. And now you can bring Stacy along with you. But I didn't make anything too special. Just some spaghetti bolognese. I hope you weren't expecting anything too fancy.
Oh, no, that sounds lovely. I love pasta. And I know that Peter does too.
I don't think I have ever met anyone who doesn't love a good bolognese. Our mom's is really great. Oh, Beth, there you are. This is Stacy. Stacy, this is my sister, Beth.
Hi. It's nice to finally put a face to the name. How are you doing? And the same goes to you. Peter talks about you often. And I am doing just great. It's nice to finally meet Peter's family members.
Really? I heard that you weren't really keen on meeting any of us.
Oh, well, it wasn't that I didn't want to meet you. I was just a little nervous about it. That's all.
Yeah, Beth, I told you about that already. Do you really need to bring that up right now?
Sure, I know that you told me before. I'm just saying. Beth, can you get everyone seated around the table for me? I am going to start bringing out the food.
Sure, Let's go this way, everyone. You can sit wherever you like, though. There are no specific seats in this house. So, Stacy, can you tell us how you and my brother met? He hasn't actually spilled any of the details about that. He was actually quite secretive about the whole relationship in a way. We didn't even know that he was dating someone until he told us the news of the marriage. Oh, really? He didn't tell you how we met?
Well, I didn't want to talk about it out of nowhere. But news of getting married was obviously something that I had to share.
Yeah, Peter, didn't you say that Stacy also didn't really want to tell anyone about you two being together? I was guessing that that was why you didn't tell anyone about her or how you met. Or did I get that wrong? Maybe I mixed something up. Oh, it wasn't that I wanted to really keep it a secret or anything like that, but the dating scene these days can really be something. I don't know if you have much experience with it these days, but there are so many relationships that start and then don't go anywhere at all, and I didn't want to get ahead of myself and tell people that I was seeing someone until we were kind of established. And it took my brother proposing to you before you considered it an established relationship?
Beth, stop that, please. Stacy, please tell us how the two of you met then, would you? I am interested to find out.
It's not really that much of a special story. Nothing fairy tale about it.
I think we met in a very normal way. The way that many people probably meet. We both just happened to be in the same bar at the same time and saw each other across the room sort of thing. Then once we started talking, we really hit it off, and that's pretty much all there is to it. But I am glad that that is the way that we met, to be honest. I think it's a very natural way to meet, and I'm glad that it didn't happen through an app or something.
Yes, organic meetings like that are much better in my opinion. I don't know much about these apps, but they don't sound any good to me. Young people need to go out into the world and meet people that way, and not through the phone screen.
Come on, Dad. Don't be the old man who hates technology, please. You know that the world is moving forward and things change over time. That's just how it is. It always has been, and it always will be.
It's nothing like that. Don't paint me as the old crazy man who is scared of progress. That's not what it is at all. I think that technological advancement is good, even if I don't understand all of it. But having said that, at the same time, I just think that technology needs to stay out of some parts of life. That's all. And dating and relationships is one thing that should be left to the real world.
All right, Dad, all right.
And Stacy, who was it that started talking to the other first then? Did Peter come over and say hi to you at the bar? Or was it the other way around? I don't really remember. I think Peter was the one who came up to talk to me, actually. That's right, isn't it, Peter? I think I was just sitting there by myself when my friend either left to go home or went to the bathroom, and you came over to talk to me.
No, it was the other way around. I remember very clearly because I was quite surprised. Remember, I was there with someone talking a little business, and then you came up to me out of the blue.
Oh, was that how it happened? Sorry, I should remember something like that, but I feel like it was such a long time ago.
But it was only a few months ago, really, wasn't it? That's still a long time to remember a small detail like who started talking to who first. But I do remember it clearly because usually I wouldn't expect a woman at a bar to come up and talk to me first, especially since I was with someone else at the time and not on my own. Anyway, as Stacy was saying, we got along really well from that first night. My work thing wrapped up and then we spent the rest of the night talking. Then we swapped numbers and the rest is more or less how you might imagine. We met up for some coffee and dinner dates and yeah.
Here you go, everyone. It's all ready. Dig in whenever you're ready. No need to wait on anyone.
Thanks, Mom. It looks delicious as always.
You're welcome. So, Yvonne, Peter mentioned that you wanted to have a courthouse wedding, right? If it's not prying too much, was there any reason that you weren't really interested in having a proper wedding ceremony? I remember when I was younger, it was all I ever dreamed about. I wanted to be there walking down the aisle in my white dress more than anything else. And you looked absolutely stunning in that dress, dear. Thank you, honey.
Aw, that's so sweet. It's not that I didn't want to do that or like I was against it or something. But, Peter and I really wanted to get married as quickly as possible, and wedding planning can take a really long time. I thought that we should just get it out of the way officially, and then we could take our time and maybe have a wedding day later on after we had moved in together and all the rest of it. You know how weddings can be. They take such a long time to plan. And I didn't want to have to wait so long before we got married. But Peter really wanted one, right?
He was always more into the idea of a ceremony than I have ever been.
Yeah, that's what he said. So I said that we should do it his way, but have a smaller one instead.
I also thought it would be a little weird to go back and have a wedding ceremony. Who knows how long after we had actually gotten married. I don't know, but it felt like we should do it in the right order sort of thing.
Was there really any reason to jump right into getting married, though? I mean, don't couples usually stay engaged for a little while at least before they think of having a wedding? Sure, that's the case with lots of couples. Or maybe that's what you might call the right way of doing things. But to me, it just doesn't really make sense, you know?
What do you mean by that? What doesn't make sense about it?
Well, you know, what even is an engagement? It's kind of like a promise to get married, right? But in that case, why not just go ahead and marry anyway? I don't see why there should be this weird intermediary period that's not quite dating and not quite marriage. It just seems unnecessary to me, if I'm being honest. I mean, if people want to do it, they can do whatever they like. But I didn't see the point of that myself.
I have never thought of it in that way. But I guess that I can see what you mean. Same here. It wasn't something that I had ever thought about before, but once Stacy explained what she meant, I thought that she really had something there. If we know that we want to get married, then why not just jump straight in, you know?
And what do you do for work, if you don't mind me asking? Is it anything to do with what Peter does by any chance?
Oh, no. I don't do anything great like he is doing. I mean, Peter owns his own business and is so successful. I just work in an office doing boring stuff all day long, if I'm being honest. But it's not so bad. It's stable and I have some nice people in the office who I get along with well, so I don't mind it at all. It can be a little tedious, though, doing the same thing all day, every day.
And what sort of industry is your office work in?
Like, what sort of company do you work for? I just do some admin stuff for a medical company. Like data entry and that sort of thing. Not like I really know anything about medicine, but it's more like the logistical side, if that makes sense. What about you, Beth? What kind of field are you in?
I am a freelance graphic designer. I do lots of different stuff, though. It really depends on what the clients want. Sometimes it's for branding and logos and that sort of thing. But sometimes clients want something a little more creative and commission me to make some graphic artwork for them, too.
Wow, that sounds like fun. I am so bad at art and all that stuff. I wouldn't even know what to do.
It is pretty fun. I prefer the creative stuff over the business side of things, but the creative stuff only comes every now and then and usually doesn't pay as well either. I like my job, but I still need to pay the bills, you know? I can't always choose what work I accept. Sometimes if there's a job coming in, I just need to take it even if I don't really want to.
You should just ask your big brother to help you with money. He has more than enough, and then you could just take the jobs that you want.
Oh, you know how much money my brother makes, do you?
Not exactly. I just know that he does well for himself.
Beth, you know that I don't like talking about my work too much. I talk enough about it with clients without having to talk about it here with you guys as well. Do you mind if we change the subject? Peter is right. Let's not talk about boring work stuff and let's learn some more about each other. I think it's a great thing that we're all here tonight, and we should get to know each other. That's a great idea, Mom. And by the way, the food is really hitting the spot. I miss not being able to eat here more often.
You know that you are welcome here anytime.
Yeah, says the guy who isn't the one doing the cooking. See? That wasn't so bad, was it? What did you think of them all?
What do you mean it wasn't bad? It was! What part of that wasn't bad? I don't think it could have gone any worse than it did.
What do you mean? What was wrong? You didn't like them? I don't see what was so bad about it.
It's not that I didn't like them, but I don't think that they liked me. They were asking me all sorts of questions, and it seemed like they were trying to get something out of me. I felt like I was a criminal, and they were trying to get a confession out of me or something. I don't know what it was, but they were really asking me so many questions.
Of course they were going to ask you questions. They don't know you, and we're trying to find out more about you. How are they supposed to do that if they don't ask you questions? They can't read your mind, you know. And it would have been weird if I was the one telling them information about you when they could get it from you directly, don't you think?
I don't mean it like that. There's nothing wrong with asking me questions. Of course there's no other way to get to know somebody. But your sister was really pushing me on some things. It's like she doesn't trust me or something like that. Does she think that I'm just some gold digger or something like that? Why was she asking me those sorts of things? And in that way, too!
Oh, Beth. Okay, maybe she was being a little bit much at the beginning, but at the end she was just fine, wasn't she? And my parents really seem to like you as well. I think that everything is just fine.
She probably just made up her mind on whatever it was that she was checking and didn't bother to ask anything else. She didn't really talk to me directly after dinner when we were just sitting around chatting. I thought you said that we would have a lot to talk about because we were close in age. In the end, it was the complete opposite. It was much easier to talk to your parents than it was talking to her.
Look, I am sorry about that. I really did think that it would be easier for you to talk to her. But I don't think that it was anywhere near as bad as you seem to think it was. You're really overthinking it. You must just be being hypersensitive to small things because you were so nervous about meeting them all. Trust me, the dinner went well, and I am really glad that you did that for me. Really. Thank you.
You promised that it went well. They don't hate me?
No, they don't hate you at all. And it will only be better from here as well. I promise.
Okay, well, if you say so. Let's go home, though. Can I stay at yours tonight? I am so full after eating. Your mom's cooking was really good, by the way.
Yeah, of course you can stay at mine. You can come with me to hers for dinner whenever you like. She has always been a great cook.
Listen, Peter, I hate to say this, but I think I was right about her. She's doing exactly what I thought she was up to before I met her.
What are you talking about, Beth? Who is doing what? You can't just start a conversation like this without telling me who you're talking about.
Don't be so dense. It's obvious what I mean. You know exactly what I am talking about. I am sorry, but your fiancé is just a gold digger. She is after your money, and that's it. That's why she is trying to push you two to get married so quickly. It's so obvious to me that I can't believe that you don't see it yourself. I could kind of tell that that was what was going on just based on what Mom and Dad had told me initially. But now that I have met her for myself, I am 100% sure of it.
I don't see it because there is nothing of the sort to see in the first place. Stacy is not like that at all. Why can't you just be happy for me? Why do you have to be like this? And she told me that you were making her feel really uncomfortable with the way that you were interrogating her last night. And you know what? I don't blame her either. I should have said something, but I thought that bringing it to attention would have made things worse and not better.
Of course, I was going to ask her some questions. But think about it. When I asked her which one of you approached the other, she said that you did. But it was her.
So what? She just forgot some small detail. That doesn't prove anything at all. Nobody has a perfect memory. Why would you even expect that of her?
It means that she was trying to act as though you were the one who was interested first. But she went out of her way to go up to you. And you said that you were with a business partner talking about work, right? Before she came up to you?
Yeah, and so what? That's just a coincidence. You're not going to try and tell me that that was also part of her grand scheme, are you?
Obviously not. She can't control who you were there with, and she most likely was just there hanging out with someone naturally as well. I'm not trying to say that she was in the bar because you were going to be there. She obviously couldn't have known that you were going to be there that day if she didn't even know who you are.
Exactly. So why are we even having this conversation? You just admitted yourself that she just happened to be there and we just happened to meet.
Well, maybe she was there just chilling, but then she probably heard you talking about business and money and that sort of thing and decided to try her luck.
You sound like a conspiracy theorist. And even if she did hear that, it still doesn't matter. It's perfectly normal for people to be attracted to someone who they see as successful. What's wrong with that? Would you go out of your way to not be with someone who was doing well just so that no one thought that you could possibly be after their money?
Sure, there is nothing wrong with that on the face of it. But that's what makes it so suspicious that she is trying to get this wedding over and done with as soon as she can. The sooner it's done, the sooner she can divorce you and take half your stuff.
That's not really how it works. It's not like she could turn around and just divorce me right after the marriage and get anything.
Maybe not. But if she has to wait a year from right now or a year after a wedding that takes place in 2 years from now, she would still want to push the wedding as fast as she could. You get me? You just have to remember that you really do make a lot of money, and you have a lot of assets, and you could be vulnerable to this sort of thing. I'm not doing this out of spite or bitterness or whatever. I am telling you this because you are my brother and I care about you.
I know that, but you have no proof of anything. You're just tossing out these wild allegations about somebody who you have only met once. You don't know her at all.
And I don't think that you do either. You've only known her for a few months. That's not a long time at all, Peter. I can tell that you really care about her, but I am worried that it's not mutual. I would love to be wrong. I really would be. But something just tells me that she is not genuine.
So what do you want me to do? Call the wedding off? Tell her that my sister thinks she's just after my money and that I can't be with her anymore because of what you said?
Come on, don't be so stupid. I am not telling you to end anything. I think it would be better for you to not get married right now, of course. But if you're still so set on going through with this, then at least get a prenup before you do it.
Are you serious? That's your solution? That's such a rude thing to ask for. Then Stacy is going to start thinking that I am the one who doesn't trust her. How am I supposed to start a marriage when it seems like I don't even trust my own wife? What kind of relationship would that turn out to be? I would hate for that sort of thing to happen. If I thought that she couldn't trust me, I would be devastated. And I am sure that the opposite is also true for her.
Then tell her that it's me who is pushing you to do it. I don't care what she thinks of me. Just say that you are asking for one so that your family is at ease. And if she isn't with you for the money, then there shouldn't really be any problem for signing one, should there?
I don't think that there will be a problem in the prenup itself, but there is a problem in the principle of it. It just either shows that I either don't trust her or that I am prioritizing my family and your feelings over her. It's not a good look either way, in my opinion.
Talk to a lawyer and write up one that can be amended later. Or something like that. There will be no division of assets until after a certain time or something like that. She shouldn't have a problem with it if she is planning on staying with you for the long term. If she is really serious about getting married and is not after any money. But if she freaks out about it, then to me that is proof that she is really just going after your wealth and isn't interested in you at all. And before you go to mom and dad or ask what they think, I have talked to them about it and they think that it's a good idea as well. Just in general, it's a smart move. There's no downside really to it. She might be a little hurt to begin with, but if she is being genuine, then I am sure that she will understand. And like I said, you can always use me as some sort of scapegoat if she is getting upset. Remember that she shouldn't mind if she is in this relationship for the right reasons. And I know that you know that what I am saying makes sense. I know that you're not stupid.
I don't know. Maybe you're right, but something just feels wrong to me about it. This isn't the way that I would want to start our married life together, you know?
It's a whole lot better than the alternative where she packs her stuff and half of your stuff after a year or whatever of being married, isn't it? You could even just see how she reacts to you saying it. If she is totally okay with it, then maybe you don't even have to go through with it.
Like a test? Or a bluff?
Yeah, something like that. Just think about it at least. There is something seriously fishy about how she is trying to rush this all. I can just feel like something is wrong. Really.
Okay, fine. I can see where you're coming from, but I don't think that there is actually anything to worry about. Maybe I will talk to a lawyer and see how these things work first, and then think about what to do from there.
Okay, good. That's all I can ask of you, I guess. Just remember that we all care about you and want you to be happy. I know that it seems kind of mean and harsh what I am saying, but it's coming from a good place. I promise.
Yeah, I know that. Thanks, I guess. Anyway, I better go. Hey, thanks for coming over on such short notice. There was something important that I wanted to talk to you about, and I didn't want to do it over the phone.
That's not a problem. But this is a little worrying, if I am being honest. Nobody ever wants to hear, "we need to talk," or any combination of those words.
Oh, it's not one of those talks. It's not like I'm going to break up with you, if that's what you were thinking. We're getting married soon. I am not just going to end things suddenly. But sorry if it might have seemed like that. In my mind, it's so obvious that I would never do that I didn't even think of how it might seem to you.
Oh, good. I was getting a little anxious about what it was that was so important that you had to do it face to face. Well, now that I don't have to worry about getting dumped out of the blue, what did you need to talk to me about?
It's about something that I want done before we officially get married. You know, like a little bit of paperwork.
Okay. Like what? Do I have to do something? What is this paperwork that you were talking about?
Yeah, kind of. I want you to sign a prenup agreement. You know, before the marriage. I think it might be a good idea to just have all the legal side of things done and wrapped up cleanly before we actually get married.
What? Are you being serious right now? This better be some kind of joke.
I'm afraid it's not a joke. I am being serious. I really think that this is a good idea for us.
Just why would you even ask me to do that? Who do you think I am? Do you seriously not trust me? I am supposed to be your future wife. Do you think that I am just some gold digger who is after your money or something?
I don't think that at all. And I do trust you. It's just that my sister was kind of having some doubts about you. And she was being really worried about me getting married so quickly without getting one. I thought that it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So I thought that you could sign one. You can read the whole agreement and stuff first as well, of course. But it's not that I don't trust you. I just want everyone to feel comfortable with what is going on.
You mean that you want your family to feel comfortable? What about me? You didn't think that this would be hurtful to me? I can't believe that I am thinking of marrying you and you don't even trust me enough to not have a legal contract first. I mean, I just don't even know what to say. This is insane to me.
Is it that big of a deal? It's just a signature on a piece of paper, really.
It's not just that. It just proves that you don't trust me at all. I don't know how I am supposed to react to this or how you thought that this would be a good idea. This is almost as bad as a breakup talk. I'm leaving. I can't even look at you right now. That's how much this has upset me.
Wait, Stacy, don't go. Let's talk about this.
Bad news. This is really bad news. I think everything is ruined with Peter.
What are you talking about? What happened?
He just called me over to his house to talk to me about something important.
Did he break up with you? When you were supposed to be getting married?
No, but it's just as bad. He is asking me to sign a prenup agreement before we get married.
What the hell, Stacy? How did this happen? You went from being right on track to getting married before the year is out to him asking for a prenup. What did you do?
I didn't do anything at all. I don't think it's even him. I just know that it's his family putting him up to it. I mean, he pretty much just straight up said that he doesn't care about it, but his family does.
What did you do at that dinner, you stupid girl? You were just supposed to meet them and be normal. Damn it. Maybe it's because you were so reluctant to meet them that they got suspicious.
I didn't do anything at the dinner at all. I just talked to them, answered their questions as best as I could, and that was it. But I think it's his stupid sister that is the one who is behind all of this. She's just a little older than me, and she seemed to suspect me the entire time. She kept asking questions about how we met and why I was in such a rush to get married and that sort of thing. For whatever reason, she didn't trust me from the very beginning. Now what am I supposed to do?
What do you mean, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to ditch this idiot and find someone else to sink your claws into. That's what. There's no point in getting married to him now if there's no chance that you can do it without a prenup. Are you sure that you can't convince them to give up that idea?
I'm pretty sure. At first, he was listening to what I was saying and doing it. But now that he has got his family involved, he is being more careful and listening to them as well. Even if I try to convince him that he doesn't need me to sign one, he will probably just think that it proves that I am after his money.
How did you react when he told you about it?
I got sort of angry and told him that it wasn't fair that he didn't trust me and that sort of thing. But he said that it shouldn't be a big deal and it's just a signature on a piece of paper.
Well, screw him and let's quit while we're ahead. If you can't get anything out of him, then there is no reason for you to waste any more time there now. Break it off and let's try to plan our next move. There are plenty of other idiots out there who will be easier for you to catch a hold of. Stacy, sorry about the other day. I didn't think that you would storm out like that. Can you come over so that we can talk it over in person? I think we can come to an understanding over this. It shouldn't be something that gets in between us.
Oh, go to hell, Peter. It's over between us. Completely over. I'm not going over there to talk to you about anything, and I won't be over there ever again.
Wait, what? You can't be serious. You're really that upset over the fact that I asked you for a prenup? I could tell that you were upset, but I didn't think it would be so bad that you wanted to end things.
Of course I want to end things. How am I supposed to get any money out of you if I have to sign that stupid piece of paper? What's the point of getting married if I don't get anything out of it? That defeats the whole purpose of being with you since the beginning.
Wait, what? You really were just trying to get money out of me? This was all just a lie? All the time that we spent together. Everything that you said to me. This was all just lies from you?
Of course it was a lie. How can you be so stupid that you don't see it? Although, of course, that's why I went after you in the first place. Everything was going so well, too. But no, I just had to meet your stupid family. And your damn sister just had to be there at dinner bombarding me with questions. I could tell that they were suspicious as soon as we left. But you said that it was fine, and I was hoping against hope that it was. What a waste of time. I can't believe that this is how things had to go. Would it have been that hard for you to just get married without me having to have dinner with your stupid parents?
I can't believe this. They were right. I was being so stupid. They were right to be so distrusting of you in the way you were rushing into the marriage. Oh my god. I am such an idiot.
Yeah, you are. And I hope that you spend a long time thinking about that. Let me be as clear as I can possibly be about this. I don't care about you. I don't care about your family. I legitimately couldn't care any less about you as a person. All I wanted was your money. That's all. Now, I don't have any more time to waste on an idiot like you. I need to try and find someone else that I can squeeze something out of. I have already wasted months. Months! And then nothing even came of it. You think you're upset? Just imagine how I am feeling right now.
Hey, guys. I have some more big news for everyone. It doesn't seem like very long ago that I was here saying the same thing.
What is it this time? Did you pick the wedding date or something? That's exciting.
No, nothing like that, Mom. There won't be anything of the sort to report to you. The wedding is off. Stacy and I have broken up.
What? Why? What happened?
Don't tell me. Beth talked to us about it. Was it something to do with the... Yes, Dad. It was everything to do with the prenup. Beth told me that you were on her side about it, and she also convinced me to think about it. Well, I talked to a lawyer and got one written up thinking that it really shouldn't be that big of a deal if she was really getting married to me for me. Turns out I was very wrong. Or maybe not. It turned out that she really was in it just for the money.
How do you know that for sure? What did she say?
So at first, she was just acting angry and upset, saying that I don't trust her and all the rest of it. Then she stormed out of the house. I had invited her over so that we could talk about it in person, you know? I felt really bad about it because I thought that it was my fault that she had gotten so upset. I gave her the rest of the night to herself so that she could sort of cool off and think about it, and then messaged her the following day. I asked her to come over and just talk it out with me, you know? Well, that's when she just openly admitted to only wanting to marry me for the money.
Oh God. That's terrible, Peter. I am so sorry to hear that. But at the same time, we really did suspect something like that of her. I know that it's not the nicest thing to hear about a partner from your family.
Yeah, me too. She was very harsh and clear about it. You guys and Beth were right. That was the reason that she was rushing through the wedding. It was also the reason that she didn't want to meet any of you before the deed was done. She was worried that someone might notice, and, well, someone did notice what she was up to. You might not want to hear this right now, but this is for the best. At least you found this out before it happened. If you had gotten married, you would have found this all out eventually, and it would have been a hell of a lot worse for you. Yeah, I know that, Dad. I definitely am glad that I found out about this before we got married, but it still hurts a lot, you know? I really was very excited to be getting married to Stacy. I thought there was a real connection. But now I can just see how stupid I was. I can't believe that I didn't notice the signs like you and Beth did. I have been thinking over that all, and it seems very clear to me. If the same had been happening to anyone else, I would have been the one pointing it out to them.
Don't be so harsh on yourself, Peter. Sometimes it can be really difficult to see what is going on right in front of you, especially when feelings are involved. You shouldn't feel so down about it. Of course, this is a terrible thing, and I am sure you're hurting. But remember that we are all here for you.
And you should just focus on the good things that came of this. Namely, that you're still never married and have all of your assets to your name still.
Yeah, I know. I will try to focus on that part of it. I'm grateful that you two and Beth were around to stop me from making a very, very big mistake. Have you spoken to Beth about it yet? She will be happy to hear it. I don't mean that she will be happy about what happened, but she will be happy that you avoided a bad situation. I know what you mean, Mom. I will talk to her a little later on. As usual, I just wanted to let you know first. And I wanted to avoid hearing, "I told you so," for as long as I could. You know that she wouldn't say that to you. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to joke a little about it. Hey, you were right about what Stacy was up to. Your intuition was right on the money about her whole plan. You got every single bit of it correct. She really was just after my money, and that was why she was so intent on speeding through the marriage process. Peter, I'm sorry. I really was sure that this was going to be the case, but I do wish that I was wrong. For your sake. I'm guessing that she freaked out about the prenup? Is that what made her end things? Yeah, she really did freak out about it. Then she just straight up admitted what she was doing all along and ended things because there was no point wasting any more time on me. Damn, that must have really stung, right? I wouldn't want to ever hear something like that. Or at least it would mean that I had enough money for people to try and go after. That's a far cry from what is going on with me right now. I am barely getting enough work to pay the rent. I guess if you look at it that way, then maybe it is not so bad. But yeah, it didn't feel great to hear that from someone that you care about and thought cared about you. But I just wanted to say thanks. I already spoke to Mom and Dad about it, so they know. But I don't know how things would have ended up if you weren't around to watch my back. I really do appreciate it, and I'm sorry that I was pretty argumentative at the beginning when you even suggested that she might have been after my money. But you were 100% correct. It's alright. You don't need to apologize to me for anything. You know, it's good that you didn't want to believe it and that you defended her. I mean, that's the kind of relationship that people should aim for, isn't it? I think it's sort of supposed to go both ways. Nothing is really good when it's all one-sided. Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. I think a good relationship is one that is built on trust in each person defending and supporting their partner. Unfortunately, it was a little one-sided this time around, but it means that you will make someone very happy one day. Yeah, maybe. I guess we will just have to wait and see. I might also just end up with severe trust issues and die an old and lonely man sleeping on my piles of money. Well, that might happen too, but something tells me that it won't. I know that you won't let this get to you and affect future relationships. I guess we will just have to wait and see. Anyway, thanks again. You opened my eyes to something that I was very blind to. Don't even mention it.
Peter, sorry to bother you on your personal phone on your day off, but I have some bad news. I don't even know how to tell you this. I am so confused right now.
It's fine, but what's going on? You never call me on this number unless something really bad has happened. What is it this time? Is there anything that I can do to help you?
Someone just drove their car into the front office. The entire section of glass at the front is completely destroyed.
What? Are you serious? Is everyone okay? Did anyone get hurt? Did you call an ambulance for the driver? Was anyone seriously injured?
Everyone is doing fine. Luckily, no one was near the front entrance when it happened. But the driver of the car, they just drove off. I still can't believe what happened. I saw it with my very own 2 eyes.
Really? It was like a hit and run? I wonder if they were drunk or something like that. But it's the middle of the day as well.
This is going to sound really strange, but I don't think that at all. I don't even think it was an accident.
What do you mean? You think that someone did that on purpose? Why would they do something like that?
I know that it sounds crazy, and I don't know why someone would want to do that, but we looked at the CCTV footage of the street to try and figure out what happened, and it looked like they just drove straight for the entrance. They didn't swerve or lose control or anything like that. They just plowed straight through and then reversed back out and drove away.
What the hell? Are you sure? Why would anyone do something like that?
I know it doesn't make sense, but I am very sure. It couldn't be anything else.
I'm not saying that I don't believe you or that you're wrong about it. I just can't imagine why anyone would do that. It's such a dangerous thing to do. Even if we're not thinking about whether or not there was anyone inside, the driver themselves could have gotten really badly hurt.
I know! That's why I am saying that it makes no sense. And it's a miracle that no one in the office was anywhere near the doors or there wasn't anyone coming in or leaving at the time. I don't imagine that they planned it that way. That is just purely dumb luck that no one got hurt.
Well, at the very least, I am happy that everyone is okay. Listen, Clarissa, thanks for telling me about it. I will be right over, okay? Did you call the police already?
We did call them, yes, but they haven't arrived yet. We told them that it wasn't really an emergency, so I am not sure when they will arrive. Are you sure that you want to come in on your day off, though? I mean, I am sure that we could handle it on our own.
Don't be silly. Of course I have to come in when something like this happens. I know that you said everyone is doing fine, but I still want to check in on them. Actually, you can tell most people that they can go home. But can you ask those who saw something directly to hang around for the police to come by? They will probably have to give them statements about what happened, and I obviously wasn't there to see anything.
Okay, sure, I can do that. How long do you think you will be?
I should be there in under an hour. I will see you soon. Are you guys out of your damn minds? What were you thinking, pulling a stunt like that?
What do you want about? Are you that slow that you're only now messaging me to get angry about the fact that I was trying to get money from you? It's been weeks since I told you the truth and you didn't even blow up at me yet. Well, it's a bit late now, don't you think?
I'm not talking about any crap like that. I am talking about driving the car into my office. Someone could have been killed. That was such a stupid thing to do. And what for? It doesn't even make sense.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What car? What office?
Don't play dumb with me. Did you really think that you would be able to get away with something this obvious and reckless? We have your dad on CCTV driving his car straight into the building and then reversing and fleeing the scene. I'm surprised that he was even able to drive off after an impact like that. He could have killed himself as well as anyone else in the entrance.
Oh, shut up. He knew that he would be fine. As if he would do anything that was going to hurt him in the process.
Aha! So it was you guys. You admit it. Not that it matters. I wasn't lying about the CCTV in any case. Why the hell would you go to these lengths? For what? Okay, you didn't get any money from me. That sucks for you. But what did you think that you would get out of this? You could have hurt people who had nothing to do with anything.
Do you know how much time and effort I wasted on you? And my parents were also going to benefit from any money that I got, so they were just as angry as I was. So we figured that if we weren't going to get any money from you directly, then we could at least do something that would cost you money. And we decided that breaking up that lovely business of yours must cost you a pretty penny.
Are you really that stupid? Do you really think that any money is going to be coming out of my pocket for something like that?
What do you mean? How else are you going to get it repaired? You're not going to just leave it like that, are you? That would be insane.
Of course I am not going to leave it like that. But I have insurance, obviously. And after your dad is taken to court, it will probably even be you guys who are the ones paying me for damages. I just can't get it through my head that anyone would be this stupid.
Wait, what? We are going to have to pay for damages? No way! We're not giving you anything at all! And why is my dad going to court either?
It's not up to you to decide something like that. It will be decided by the judge. And of course he is going to court. He is probably going to end up in jail for what he did. He drove his car through my business. Just what did you think was going to happen to him? Did you think that I wouldn't call the police? Did you think that I would just shrug my shoulders and ignore it altogether?
Well, I don't know. But this is my dad that we're talking about. Are you going to really try and get revenge on us because of what I did to you? You didn't even lose any money because of me. We didn't get married in the end, remember?
How is this me trying to get revenge on you? We could have left things as they were and I wasn't going to do anything to you at all. But you guys lost your minds and pulled this crazy stunt. Just imagine if someone was there. Your dad could have killed someone.
But there wasn't anyone there and no one died, did they?
No, but that's beside the point.
He couldn't have known that when he was driving, and he decided that he would take that risk. That's what you would call being a menace to society. I don't know what will happen, but I can safely say that he deserves to be behind bars.
I know that you're just bluffing. There's no way that anything is going to happen to him. You're just saying that you got the cops involved to scare me. I know you. You're too weak to do something like that.
You can believe whatever you want, but what he did was a crime, and a very dangerous one at that. The cops are involved, and they will be coming. I mean, he even used his own car. His plates were clear as day.
Whatever. Just leave me alone or I am going to call the cops and get you arrested for harassment. We'll see how you like that.
Are you actually insane? You know what? It doesn't matter. Just know that the cops are coming and that's all. I don't want anything more to do with you.
What the hell? You were being serious. My dad got arrested. How could you do this to me?
I have no idea why you are surprised. I told you that this was going to happen. And even if I didn't say anything, it was obviously the only outcome.
I thought that you were just bluffing. Even though I might have broken your heart, I thought you still loved me. Why would you do something like this to my family?
You've really gotten things very twisted up right now. I am not doing anything to your family. Your family tried to do something to me, and now they are facing the consequences of their actions. Don't try and make this my fault. Your dad is the one to blame for thinking that this would be a good idea and then acting on it.
But he was just trying to get back at you for ruining our plan. It's not fair that you spoiled everything for us and then got away with it.
I can't believe that you can even think like this. It's not fair. How can you talk about anything being fair? You know what's not fair? The fact that I was with you thinking that we were in a real relationship, only to find out later that you were lying to get my money. That's what's not fair. And then it's also not fair that you and your dad thought that it was the right thing to do to drive a car into my company's office space. Do you think that I want to be dealing with all of the insurance and police paperwork? With organizing the repairs? Because I don't. I would have much rather you didn't do anything and just moved on with your life and not done something stupid and dangerous like this in the first place.
I didn't do anything. This isn't my fault. All you had to do was just go with the plan and not get your family involved in it. But that was all ruined. And now my dad has been arrested and might be going to jail. This wasn't supposed to happen like this, Peter. Can't you talk to the police and drop the charges or something? There must be something that you can do.
This isn't just a civil charge where I am going after damages. He purposefully endangered people's lives by what he did, and as far as I'm concerned, he deserves whatever is coming to him. I am not going to do anything to help him. And you are stupid or crazy, or maybe even both, for even thinking that I might try to do something for him. Now, I am sick of this talk with you. You're getting what you deserve, and that's all there is to it. I am washing my hands of everything to do with you. You've brought this on yourself. Maybe you can at least learn a lesson from this and not repeat it in the future. I don't think that you will listen to me and will probably try to find some other guy who is as stupid as me to try and take his money. But at the very least, if it falls through, then don't go out for some stupid level of revenge like you did this time around. Well, your dad will probably be in jail, so I guess he won't be around to do that for you anymore. Goodbye, Stacy. As Stacy said, her father was arrested and tried for assault with a deadly weapon. It turns out that a car can also be considered a weapon when used in the way that David used one. Luckily for him, although he still wasn't very lucky, nobody got hurt, and that meant that he dodged the worst sentencing that he could have gotten. If he had actually hit someone when he plowed through the entrance, then he could have been facing some really serious jail time. As it stands, he has been sentenced to 3 years in prison with some possibility of parole after 2 years. If he had hit someone, the time could have doubled or even tripled, so he should be thankful that luck was on his side and no one was hurt. The court also ordered that David and his estate or family pay damages for the destruction of property, but they didn't have the cash to pay up the full amount. In order to pay what they owed, the court ordered Olivia to sell the house and liquidate any other assets that they had. Unfortunately for them, they had no other assets apart from the house, so they had to sell that and then start renting a much smaller place afterwards, as they didn't have enough money left over to purchase another home of their own. Last I heard, Stacy and her mom are living together, and Stacy is trying to look after Olivia, who has been absolutely destroyed by the loss of her family, home, and husband.
Of course, David will be out in a few years and they will be reunited. But I don't know what that might look like, or how his time in prison might have changed him. If only they had tried to live honest lives, then none of this would be happening to them. So it's pretty hard for me to feel any sympathy for any of them. After the attack by David, I gave the office some time off while we were engaging in repairs and kept only myself and some other core staff working from a temporary location in order to keep the business running. The increased workload that I had as a result was actually very helpful for me to keep my mind off of what had happened between me and Stacy. It is very heartbreaking to have something like that happen. I really did think that Stacy and I would get married and start a life together. But thinking back now on all the signs that were there from the beginning, I really should have realized what she was up to sooner. I guess it really is true that love is blind, and when you have strong feelings for someone, you tend to look past behavior that you really shouldn't ignore. Luckily for me, I have my family there to look out for me and give me advice when I needed it most, and their concern for me and my relationship saved me a lot of future hardship. I will make sure to be a little more careful in the future, and to continue to trust them when they say that something fishy might be going on. And I hope that anyone else who might find themselves in a similar situation to the one I was in has people close to them who can make them see the light and avoid disaster. As my sister said to me earlier, I don't think that I will let this get in the way of trusting people in the future and ruin any other possible relationships. At least I really hope that it won't, and I will do my best to heal from it and not be jaded. People don't deserve to get hurt or be blamed and not trusted for something that a complete stranger may have done in the past. But even having said that, it will definitely take some time before I am over my feelings and ready to get back out there and find somebody. In the meantime, I have my work and I have my family. And I think that for now, that's enough for me.
Hey, make sure to buy some chocolate cake for me for dessert tonight. Got it?
But I just finished at the store. I'm already driving home right now.
Well, then I guess that settles it, doesn't it? You and I are getting divorced.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
I'm out of the house right now, so make sure that you send out the divorce papers for me while I'm gone.
Wait, what are you talking about? You can't just bring up divorce like this all of a sudden. What is all this about?
Well, it's all your fault. Maybe you should have learned to be a better cook and actually take care of me.
What are you even saying? I just can't understand.
And not only is your cooking nasty, but you've been serving me less and less. I have had it with you. I don't have any more patience for this kind of nonsense.
But I was doing it all for you. I didn't mean to upset you with my cooking.
If you were really doing it for me, then you would have at least let me eat as much as I want. Are you forgetting which of us here actually has a job and works?
Please don't talk to me like this. It isn't fair.
Well, then you should have bought me that cake as soon as I asked for it. I literally tried to give you a chance, and you just whined about how it makes your drive home longer.
Well, what if I turn around now and go buy your cake? Will that fix all of this?
It is way too late for any of that now. It's not just about the food. I have so many other different problems with you, you know? I just can't stand living with you any longer. I am sick of you.
But I don't get it. Where is all this coming from? What did I do?
You're a housewife, and yet you are constantly slacking off on everything. You're useless.
I'm sorry. I really didn't think that I was letting the house get that bad. I thought I've been working really hard.
Well, how many times have I had to ask you to make sure that there is always booze and some snacks in the house for me? And yet there is never enough. You are too lazy to buy enough for me.
I'm so sorry. You know that everything I do it so that I can be with you, right?
I don't want to hear any of your excuses. I am sick of it. You do know that I'm your husband, don't you?
Of course I do. How could you even ask that? You're the most important thing in my entire life.
Well, it sure doesn't seem that way to me most days. You ought to be worshiping the ground that I walk on. I want you to make sure that the house is full of snacks that I like from now on. I want only my favorite food for every meal. If you can't at least do that, then you really are just useless.
Please, don't you think all that is just a bit too much?
How can you say that to me when I'm the one coming home tired from work every day? All I ask is that you keep the house clean, do all of the shopping, and cook for me. Is it really so much?
But I do all of that. I've never once asked you to help me with the housework.
And I'm supposed to be grateful for you doing the bare minimum? Besides, you have definitely asked me to clear the table.
I'm sorry. I really didn't think that was such a big ask, and I only asked you because you had your stuff all over it.
You see, you're making more excuses again. You always try and make me do all of the chores around the house. Well, since I'm already doing everything by myself, what is the point of having you around?
Please don't act like this.
Listen, you are my wife. The only job you have is to do whatever I ask of you. Do you understand? Get that through your thick skull already.
Can't we just meet in person and talk about this? I really don't want to get things mixed up over text, and I think it would be better that way.
There is no need to talk about this. I've already decided that you and I are getting divorced, and that is that.
But I have something that I really need you to hear, and I think it's best that we talk about it in person. I really think it would help.
Man, you're persistent. Just do as I say and get the divorce papers already. I don't want to hear another word out of you until you do.
Trent, please, just listen to me for once. My name is Kelly, and I am 33-year-old housewife. I have been married to my husband, Trent, for 8 years. I always thought that I was doing all that I could to be there for him, so when he asked me for a divorce, I was quite shocked. After that, he started ignoring my messages and refused to talk to me in person about anything. I really wasn't sure what to do. Was he being serious about the divorce? I worried about it for a whole week. That was when I got a message that I never expected.
Hi there, I just wanted to let you know that your husband is mine now, so hurry up and send off those divorce papers, okay?
Excuse me, but who is this, and what are you talking about?
Are you stupid or something? Just think about it for a moment, and I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. I'm Trent's girlfriend. Of course, name's Vicky.
His girlfriend?
That's right. I wish I could be his wife, but that can't happen until you two are finally divorced.
So then, you and Trent have been having an affair behind my back? Is that what you're saying?
Don't use words like affair. Trent and I are just soulmates that have finally found each other. We just didn't get to each other in time to marry, it seems.
I see. So then how long have you and Trent been together?
We've been dating since a year ago. In fact, we're even living together now. And in that time, he's told me all about you.
Has he now? And what has he told you?
He told me all about how even though you spend all day at home, you never do any of the housework. So unlike you, I plan on treating him with the respect he deserves. I won't cook him nasty food like you always do.
I do all of the housework, though.
That's not what Trent told me. Anyway, I'll make sure to cook him the best meals around and as much as he wants. I'm going to be that exact opposite of you. That is, a good wife.
And just what have you been feeding Trent while you two have been together?
I've been making him whatever he wants. Something you don't seem to be capable of. Homemade fried chicken by the bucketful. And for dessert, I always make sure to have some chocolate cake or cupcakes ready for him.
And you think those are things that I'm just incapable of cooking?
Well, it's the truth, isn't it? I know that you're a terrible cook. That's why he chose me. And that's why he's so thankful every time I cook for him. So that is why I need you to sign those divorce papers.
Hold on for just a second. You can't just expect me to do what you say.
I have been waiting so long to marry this man, and you are the only thing standing in our way. We want to go and get married today, so just get out of our way.
You two want to get married today?
That's right. This is the day that the two of you started dating. So Trent thought it would be the perfect day to get married. It has to be today.
Is that the only reason you want to do it today?
That's right. We need to make sure that you know this is all your fault.
This is all really sudden and really ridiculous. Either way, I just won't be able to get all the paperwork done today.
You can't cook for your husband. You can't sign paperwork. You can't do anything, apparently. You're a useless woman who can't even take care of your husband. That's why you need to divorce him right away. Why do you want to make Trent suffer even more?
I don't want to make Trent suffer at all. That isn't fair.
Well, if that's the case, then divorce him now. Pay him his alimony and be done with it.
Oh, wait, you think I'm going to have to pay him alimony? How do you see that working?
Do you really not know anything about how this works? You weren't able to satisfy your husband, so this is all your fault, and you'll have to pay.
I don't really think that a reason like that would hold up in court.
And that is why you're a useless wife. And everyone knows that the person at fault is the one that has to pay. It's just how these things go.
That's not how these things go at all. Plus, even if it was, Trent was the one who cheated on me. Wouldn't he have to pay me instead?
I told you it wasn't an affair. He did it out of true love, so make sure that you pay him child support as well.
Child support? What are you talking about? We don't have a kid.
I know you don't. I'm talking about Trent's kid that I'm holding inside of me right now. We'll need even more money from you now.
Wait, Trent got you pregnant? Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. Are you really that surprised? I am pregnant with Trent's child and there's nothing you can do about it.
I was a fool for ever trusting that man. I can see that now.
Well, now that you realize that, the best move for you is to divorce him. That's really all that matters. And pay the child support.
And just why should I have to pay child support for a kid that isn't even mine?
Wow, Trent was right. You are really good at trying to get out of your responsibilities. Here you go, doing it again. Or maybe you're just jealous because you could never have a kid.
That's not it at all. Please don't be ridiculous.
I mean, I know that you can't have kids, but if you think that that is going to get you out of paying child support, you have another thing coming.
You're acting like a child yourself right now. You realize that, right?
Name calling will get you nowhere. You barren old hag. We'll even let you raise the kid if you want.
What are you talking about now?
I mean, it isn't like you have much else going on in your life, right? You can't do anything else, right? The least you can do is try to take care of our kid. We'll even hire you as our live-in maid, but we won't pay you.
Do you even realize what you're saying right now?
Of course I do. I'm making you take responsibility for all the things that you've done to Trent over the years. I'm setting up our happy future together.
Do you not even want the kid you have right now? You don't even want to raise it yourself?
I'm sure the kid will be cute and stuff, but I don't want to go through the hassle of having to raise it. That would just be a giant pain for me.
How can you say that? Why bother having a kid if you don't want to play any part in its life?
Well, that is why I'm suggesting that you raise it for us. I've already thought of that.
Well, then the answer from me is no. I don't care how cute the child is. I am not going to be part of this sick little game that you've set up.
So then you're just going to abandon this child? Don't you have any pity in your heart? All right then. I guess we'll just have to settle with taking all your money from you instead.
You are the one trying to abandon your child. And I am not going to be paying you a single cent, so you can forget about that too.
Don't get so uppity with me. You have no right to turn us down. Just who do you think you are?
I am not getting uppity, and I certainly have no duty or obligation to pay either of you anything.
Are you sure you want to go down this path? You realize that we'll have no other choice but to bring in a lawyer then.
You really think a lawyer would take a case like this?
Of course they will. We'll hire the most elite lawyer in town and force you to pay us. We're going to leave you a penniless maid that no one would ever hire. You'll be completely destroyed once we're done with you.
And you really think that you're going to win if you go through with this?
Well, no duh. You're not giving us any other choice but to make you pay. If you had just agreed to hand over the money, then things might have been different.
All right, fine then. Let's get this divorce moving then.
Oh, good. I'm so happy that you finally started to see reason. I was ready to tear you apart, but I guess I can let you go now.
Whatever, but you do know that Trent is a late-state diabetic, right? I'm sure that you will do all you can to help him with his condition.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
I mean that I was working so hard to try and help him manage his disease, but I am relieved to see that he'll be with someone who cares about him so deeply. I'm sure you'll do the best you can.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean he has diabetes?
Oh, did Trent not mention that to you? He's had the condition all his life, but in the past few years, it's gotten much, much worse.
Gotten worse? How so? What are you talking about?
Well, not only does his body have trouble managing its insulin, but he recently has been developing some kidney problems too. I mean, you've seen how much the man drinks, right?
Of course I have. Just last night he drank about 10 beers, and he always drinks a lot whenever we go out to eat.
Yeah, that sounds just like Trent. Last I heard, his various conditions were starting to affect his other organs as well, places like his lungs and heart. I really don't know how much longer he has.
No, that's a lie. He always seems so healthy to me. You're lying to me.
I have no reason to lie, though. I was always trying to help him watch what he was eating, but he never took the doctor's orders seriously. The doctors gave some really serious warnings that his body was reaching its limits.
His body is reaching its limits? So that's why you were managing the food you were giving him so strictly?
Of course. I was worried about his health and was only doing what the doctor recommended that I do to help save Trent's life.
But he didn't tell me anything about this.
That also sounds like Trent. He never took his condition or the medical advice seriously. I've gotten used to it, though, and try to help him through it anyways.
You're really starting to annoy me with the goody two-shoes act, you know that? You think you can care about him more than I do?
That's not what I'm trying to say. But I used to be a nurse before marrying Trent and used to see many patients just like him, so I'm just used to it, I guess.
Wait, you used to be a nurse?
That's right. That's why I didn't really mind putting in the effort to help him, but Trent is not the easiest patient or person to deal with.
Wait, no, hold on. If this is all true, then I don't want to marry him after all.
Oh no, really? But what happened? I thought that you two were soulmates.
No, I have to break up with him. Otherwise, I'll be the one having to take care of him all this time, right? Change of plans. Don't bother sending out the divorce papers.
Oh, you should have said that to me earlier. I already submitted them.
Wait, you did what? What is the matter with you? Whatever, it's fine. At least we can both be free from this guy and just live our lives.
But aren't you guys getting married today?
No, wait, is that happening?
But I heard you already signed the marriage certificate. Is that wrong?
No, that's right. And I told him that I was ready for him to submit the papers at any time. But why do you know that?
I bumped into Trent at the courthouse there. He had signed marriage papers in his hand. He was laughing about how he was going to go from divorced to remarried all in the space of a single day.
You're kidding me, right?
I'm afraid not. I guess I should tell you congratulations on your marriage, huh?
No, I don't believe this. This can't be happening.
Most people are a little happier on their wedding day.
This is nothing to be happy about. I can't be married to a guy like this. I'll have to divorce him as soon as I can.
That seems a little hasty, don't you think? Well, you can do whatever you want, but I'm going to make sure that you two pay me what I'm owed. You can count on that.
What? You can't be serious, right?
Of course I am. You two were cheating on me behind my back, after all.
Well, then you should be happy to be rid of him, right? You should be thanking me for taking him off your hands.
Oh, trust me, I am thankful. Very much so. But that is a whole different matter, legally. Anyways, I'm going to go and find a lawyer now.
Wait, please don't do this. I'm so sorry for everything that I did. Just please forgive me.
I'm afraid that was far too late for this. Anyways, you will be hearing from me and my lawyer soon, so I will talk to you then.
Please don't do this. I'm so sorry. You have to help me. I can't do this all on my own.
I ignored all of Vicky's texts to me after that, and I hired a trusty lawyer who got me everything I was owed in the divorce. Trent cried and screamed the whole time, but in the end, he paid up. I blocked the two of them on everything after that. Not long after that, Trent's parents came to apologize to me, and they told me that they had disinherited him. All of our mutual friends cut Trent off. In fact, I even heard Trent's old friends and their family members decided to cut him off as well. It wasn't long after that Vicky tried to divorce Trent, but he, of course, refused to sign any papers. His condition only worsened, and soon he wasn't even able to work. Vicky had to begin to pay for everything for the two of them. They fought often, and rumors spread all over their neighborhood. I ended up returning to my nursing job not long after the divorce. It feels like I've regained control of my life, and I couldn't be happier with my situation. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.